no.
Help me!
Welcome to Roll.Hit.Die, an actual play 5e D&D podcast full of homebrew goodness and poor judgment. I'm your Dungeon Master, Henry, and with me, as always, are my friends. Say hi, friends.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Are we all saying hi? I'm sorry.
I thought we were all saying hi and then we're going to introduce each other or ourselves.
No worries. This is confusing. We have only done this once before and we made it up as we went and it was different that time. Okay. Hi, Sam.
Hey, I'm Sam. I play Peanut McGonagall, the very tiny master of McGonagall Manor.
Thank you, Sam. Hi, Janelle.
Hi, I'm Bloom, the wood elf. Yeah, I have nothing funny to say about that.
And David.
Hi, I'm David. I play Janos, the one with all the poor judgment.
And Eldritch Blast.
And lots of Eldritch Blasts.
And Stephanie.
Hey, I'm Stephanie. I am Sarvis, the broody Triton.
Nice. Okay, so welcome to episode 2. We did it, guys. We made it. Episode 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. So quick summation of the situation. I hope everyone listened to episode 0 and episode 1 so you know what's going on. But just a reminder, in case it's been a minute, most of the party is inside of a gated courtyard outside of House Bainray, where you all met with Lolth, surprisingly, and her high priestess, Quinthel Bainray. You are more or less alone in this courtyard. There are drow around, but they are trying to protect a gate from being breached by a bunch of undead yuckies. From what you can see and hear, outside of this courtyard, essentially the entire city of Minzo Baranzan, which is sort of the drow capital city in the Underdark, the whole city is at war with the Demon Prince, Orcus, an undead army, and several dozen versions of a powerful wizard that you all have come to know as Dromic. He's somehow able to pull different versions of himself out of different timelines to do his bidding, and there's a bunch of him here. At least a couple of dozen from where you can see right now. Just chaos. Orcus is huge. He's towering over buildings and just wrecking everything and anybody that comes near him. Also, not too far away, you can see the animated undead body of Coralexis the Cruel, who's a red dragon that you slew to get into Drum's good graces and go undercover here. But your most immediate threat is a Death Knight and a contingent of skeletal and zombol. Is that a word?
Is now.
Okay, it's a word now. Minions trying to get into the courtyard. They are searching, it seems, every single building that they can find for the Wand of Orcus. That's why Orcus is here, to find that it was stolen. It's a whole thing. Listen to episode 1. They want it, and they want to get inside, and they're going to kill any drow who gets in their way, or you. No one's attacked yet. No one's rolled initiative, except Janos,
Hi.
who unsuccessfully tried to... Yeah. Poor judgment. Who unsuccessfully tried to cast a banish spell on the Death Knight leading this little invasion party of House Bainray. And when the Death Knight gave him the stink eye, he took to the sky on winged boots to draw the undead sort of ex-paladin guy's attention away from the party. The Death Knight sort of only partially took the bait, and he hurled a big, fiery, necrotic ball of energy at Janos, doing about 64 points of damage, I believe it was. Yeah. And
Yeah, it hurt.
yeah. And now seems
It was painful.
yes, that's a heck of a lot of damage right out of the gate. So now I think would be probably a good time for us to all roll initiative. So
Whoop whoop! Initiative! Yay! Looking forward to it.
you don't necessarily have to fight. We're just, seeing what happens.
So I rolled a 6.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
Total face to foot style.
I got a 24.
Nice.
21 for Bloom.
Okay.
Peanut has rolled, a 19.
Nice.
And I am rolling initiative for the various phantasmal and skeletal zomble things that are nearby. And also for Orion Waycaster, who is not played by any of you, but is the ranger mentor of Sarbis that you guys have encountered down here, and is sort of your guide at the moment. Okay, so I've got all of that in D&D Beyond. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for sponsoring this episode. And, okay, so now we've rolled initiative just to sort of set up what happens next. Sarbis, it looks like you're in the lead there, but keep in mind that combat really hasn't begun, and there is a gate blocking all these creatures from you. It's possible to do ranged attacks through that, although they will have partial cover. But yeah, let's figure out what we're going to do. By the way, Orion has sort of, as you came out into the courtyard, he sort of pointed towards the western wall of this sort of the cavern that encloses the city, and said it's over there. The way out is over there, because apparently he's got a tunnel that leads out to the surface, out from the Underdark.
Oh. I thought we were trying to get through the gate.
Well, yeah, you got to get through the gate just to get into the rest of the city, through the battle, and out, then out of the city through the tunnel.
So it's like the tunnel on the other side of the battle, essentially?
It's not like, it's more to the side of the battle, but there is battle that you'll have to get through to get to it.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. It's not like
Yeah.
directly across.
Why would it be easy?
Well, no, why would it be? This is Dungeons & Dragons. Nothing's easy, and everyone's backstory is sad. Okay, so Sarbis, the Gloomstalker Ranger, you are up. You have several targets nearby. You have the Death Knight that just put a hurt on Janos. There are a couple of skeletons and a few creatures that look more like ghosts than skeletons. They're sort of, glowing and spooky. And there are a few drow around as well. I don't think they're going to mess with you. They're trying to protect House Bainray from being breached by this force. So what would you like to do? Oh, and also, like I said, if you don't like any of these targets, the whole city is full of them. Shoot an arrow at random, you're probably going to hit somebody.
Question. I know she's like first in initiative. Are we still allowed to chat?
Yeah, 100%, because the only person that has really acted and gone outside of the gate is Janos, who is on his winged boots, soaring through the air, smoking slightly.
Say, help!
Yes.
Help me!
And you are also carrying the very important artifact that Dromic cannot get his hands on. Called the oh no, I'm drawing a blank.
Part of something, or
No, it's not. It's the Eternal Footman. The Eternal Footman. My bad. Yeah. You have that.
Okay.
Have to keep that safe. And lean on Orion if you would like. He's been down here longer than you and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
I mean, a couple things, right? We can we could just fight, or we could maybe divert attention away from us by pretending to also shoot at Janos.
Oh.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Pretending to shoot at Janos.
We're not with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That jerk.
Get him.
Yeah.
Don't help me! Don't help me!
I don't know. Starvis is still thinking, I want to go with my original plan. I am a stealthy person. I just want to, cast...
Pass without a trace. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know at that point, at this point, how effective that's going to be, though. But if all the attention is on Janos...
Right.
Go for it. Yeah, I think it could work. Yeah.
I think
Attention is on Janos.
sort of a hybrid stealth slash sort of deception check. Like it's not just about being stealthy, like not being seen. It's about not looking suspicious as you creep your way through the raging battle all around you. Like I'm not your enemy, that kind of thing. It's more of a deception than a stealth. But if you cast Pass Without a Trace, I'll let you do either. This is not exactly the rules, but I'll let you choose either stealth or deception to make your way through the battle without actively engaging anyone that you come across. That's not to say that you won't get embroiled in stuff anyway, or hit accidentally even. There's fireballs flying all over the place, but for the most part, that could help you get through here. Except for
Would
Janos.
we still get our +10 bonus to either of those?
Yes, I'll give you that +10 bonus to either deception or stealth, and I believe there's a certain range. You probably can't cast it on Janos, who is flying far from the party, and it's impossible for him to look not suspicious or stealthy right now.
Not suspicious at this point. Yeah, I'm a cloud.
Yeah, I mean it's a 30-foot radius, but if he's blown away, he may be far gone.
Yeah, he's outside of that radius for sure.
Sorry, Janos.
Yeah,
it's okay.
He made his choices.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to be stealthy and see what happens. Worst case
All
scenario, I'm going to throw a firebolt towards Janos, maybe. Fake that we're fighting him.
Right. Nice. I like it.
Sounds good to me.
I will make you roll for that, and if you botch, you will hit him. But that's
Still seems worth it. No, just kidding.
that's a 95% miss chance if I'm doing that math right. So that's okay. What are the odds?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's roll stealth and add 10, or how would we do that?
Do either a stealth or a deception, and you can, and add a 10 to that.
All right, so Peanut rolled a 38.
Jesus Christ, Peanut.
I got a 24.
19.
19. Okay, with the 38.
Peanut's the wind.
Yeah. Peanut, was that a stealth or was that a deception?
That was a deception.
Okay.
Or was it? Yes, it was.
Oh. Only he knows for sure. Okay, yeah. With that roll, you absolutely blend in. I mean, you're small and furtive, and you're just like dancing between the bodies and just woo woo woo, and no one's clocking you. They just lose you in the chaos. Yeah, perfect. And what was Sarbis? You rolled a 20.
24.
24. And was that deception or stealth?
That was stealth.
Stealth. Okay. Yeah. You're zipping behind bodies left and right, and trees and walls and everything else, and you are making your way through the gate out into the city. Not quite as unnoticed as Peanut, but you are not drawing any fire, friendly or otherwise. And Bloom, with a 19, you're successful also. Are you doing stealth or deception?
Stealth.
Stealth. Okay. Yeah. I'm not saying no one notices you, but you're sort of by the time they clock you, you've moved on. You're skittering away pretty darn well, and that gets you. Since you're trying not to get noticed, I'm not going to give you a double move, but you can get 30 feet this first round, and that takes you. Actually, let me do this for Orion as well. Hang on 1 second. Oh shit. Well, it's a good thing he has that +10 as well, because his low was roll. His roll was low, but with his stealth bonus, he was stealthing. He's got good stealth, and with that +10, it is a success. But he starts off a little clumsy. He steps on a twig, his very first step, but after that, he's sort of like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm right behind you guys. And he's sort of waving you in a general direction towards the cavern wall to the west. Everybody, as you head out and you're outside of the courtyard walls, give me a little perception check. And Janos, you give me a perception check as well, just to see if you're catching what your friends are doing.
32 for Bloom.
Nice.
30 for Sarvis.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
15.
Okay.
Natural 20. Yeah.
That's solid.
I mean, Janos is not very perceptive, so this is pretty awesome. This is the first.
All that necrotic damage woke you up.
It really did. It really did.
Who needs coffee when you're burning?
Okay. Peanut, with your 15, you see where Orion is pointing. You don't really make out any details, but you do see excuse me, but you do see like, you think there's like about a 50-foot area of the wall that he's pointing towards. But other than that, you don't really make anything else out. The rest of you, well, Janos, you aren't really noticing the wall. You are just sort of tracking your friends and seeing which direction they're going. They're heading sort of westward, and they've managed to get past the Death Knight in particular, who's looking up at you like, I can't believe that didn't kill you, bro. And he's weighing his options. But everyone else, you also notice, you get a good sense, a much better sense with those rolls of where Orion is pointing you. You're checking out maybe like a 25 foot square chunk of the cavern wall, and you see, even from this distance, which is a few hundred feet, you see several sort of cracks and tunnels, some of which might be big enough to enter. It's hard to tell from this distance. Once you get over there, you're pretty sure you know where he wants you to go. But you make it 30 feet, which means you've got, let's see, how far is this thing? Actually, it's only about 200 feet away, so it'll take several turns if you're still trying to sort of stealth and deceive your way through. But you can at least theoretically get there. How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
Ooh, good question. Up to 1 hour.
Sweet. Okay, you're good. So, everybody give me another stealth and or deception check.
26.
21.
21.
Peanut used all his stuff up early. 16.
Well, that's not, that's with the plus 10?
26.
There we go. That's what I thought.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you, with those rolls, everybody got over a 20. You're still, scatting and bebopping along, avoiding any kind of combat and unwanted attention. Janos.
Oh.
Are you, well, you see your friends. Where are you going to head in that direction? What are you up to?
Well, I'm trying to catch up with them if they're out of sight. So if they're, what I want is them to get to safety, and then once they're kind of out of sight from the Death Knight, teleport to where they are.
Sweet. Great.
Close
Okay.
as I can. And also to a spot that I'm out of sight from, like, the
Okay.
Death
Out
Knight.
of sight.
So you're
Out of mind.
So you're heading. So are you staying kind of where you're at? Are you heading in a different direction, trying to draw the Death Knight away?
Yeah. So I'm like getting even further away from them,
Okay.
slightly.
Yeah,
and out of range from any kind of like, like hand-to-hand combat from the Death Knight. Any kind of melee attack or something like that.
Yeah, you're definitely up high enough to not be in melee range for him. But he wasn't prepared for aerial combat here. But he points at his minions, and they start taking some shots. There are skeletons here with bows.
Yay!
Yeah, you're lucky. It doesn't look like any of the sort of phantasmal creatures that were with him have any kind of ranged weapon. At least they're not carrying anything, obviously. But the skeletons start pulling bows and start taking shots, and that is a natural 1. So one of them just, he does that thing where he lets go of the string just totally wrong, and it hurts his finger pretty bad. If he had skin, he'd have a little blood blister. It's not good. Yeah. Next one also misses, but there is a third one. Oh, hang on, what's that? Will a 19 hit you?
No.
Okay.
What's that?
So yeah, three arrows from skeletons with short bows whiz past you. One of them comes pretty close, but it does miss you also. Now, is Marvin, your pseudo dragon, is he flying around also, or did you send him with your friends?
No, I sent him with the group. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, actually, give me a stealth roll for Marvin then as well.
Does he have passive trace too?
If he was with them, if he stayed within 30 feet of them, then I'll give it to him. Yeah.
Oh, a natural 1.
Oh, no. So, yeah, I think the fact that he's airborne draws some attention. And let's have a couple of rolls here. What is his AC? Okay, his armor class is 16, and this
very squishy too.
One final skeleton sends an arrow his way with a 17, so that will hit. And Marvin will take 5 points of damage.
Okay, well, now I'm mad.
That's just rude.
That is rude.
He'll be all right. Okay. And the last thing that happens on this turn is that the Death Knight, after ordering the skeletons, he sort of yelled to them to shoot you down, which they're doing while the phantasmal warriors who do not have any sort of ranged weaponry are still hacking away at Drow on the ground, trying to get into House Banery. And the Death Knight is now really looking at you as if he's trying to put together what you're doing. But that's all he does for now. Now, back to the rest of the party. Let's do some stealth/deception checks once again.
Question: how far are we away from Marvin?
From Marvin? He is with you. I'm
so
assuming
we saw him take a hit.
You saw him take a hit. He's sort of flapping along, within a few feet of you. Within, I'll say, 10, 15 feet of each of you. You're trying to stealth and deceive, so I'm assuming that you're not all in one tight cluster. You're sort of, spread out, but all sort of going in the same direction. But no, I don't think anybody's more than, 20 or 30 feet from anybody else. At least that's how I'm picturing it. Tell me if you're picturing it differently.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to see if there's anything we can do to, since they notice him, if there's anything we can do.
You can seek revenge.
26 for my stealth roll.
I got it.
Okay.
24.
40.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's deception.
is that a natural 20, or is that just
No, I have plus 14. I have plus 14.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's
He's
awesome.
he's a sneaky college bard. That's his jam. Yeah. Okay. Actually, for any listeners who are curious, our characters are level 13, so they are relatively formidable, and that's why some of these rolls are going high. Just if anybody's wondering, like, what level are these guys to roll 40s? But that's still really, really unusual. Okay. All right, so you continue to stealth along. We sort of retconned that last stealth roll for Marvin sort of out of order, but since he is with everybody else, go ahead and roll that now.
Okay. So 31. So 17 plus 4, then plus 10.
Yeah, nice. Okay, he's good. Yeah, he's a little
Sweet.
little purple rain cloud just scooting along. Okay, now you're still sort of gradually making your way away from the party. Are you going to return fire or anything like that?
Well, so I was trying to hold my action last round to see, like, how far is the party from me? Are they still visible from, like, the courtyard, or?
Well, you're in the air, and you're sort of headed in the other direction. So I'd say by now, with both of you moving, they're probably about 120 feet from you, and let's say about 150 feet from the wall that they're headed towards. So yeah, they're getting away from you pretty steadily, since you're moving in a different direction as well. I know without a map, it might be hard to visualize, but that's the general situation. And the creatures that you're fighting are closer to you than they are to the party at this point, since they're sort of hustling in the opposite direction, and you're, not heading too quickly.
And they're still in our line of sight, or?
You can still see the party. Okay. You can still see them because you're elevated. You can make them out through the crowd.
Okay. So I'm just gonna unleash some Eldritch Blast onto those archers.
Okay.
Especially the one that hit Marvin. He's the one that's gonna get it.
There you go. Do it. Okay. There are 4 of them. Do you want to target specifically the one that hit Marvin?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll your attack.
24.
That absolutely hits.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll damage to see how far I get with him.
Okay. Yeah.
So 15.
Ooh, he crumbles into a pile of dust and bone and is dead.
Take it.
You did it.
Okay.
You avenged your boy.
There you go. 18 to hit the one that was trying to hit me but missed.
Okay. That is a hit.
Sweet. 12.
Okay. He is badly damaged. He's bloodied, or he would be if he had blood, but he is not dead.
Okay, so last roll. Same dude. 23.
That's definitely a hit.
And then 14.
Shit. Okay. So yeah, he only had 1 hit point left. So that more than does the trick. And yeah. And so yeah, the positive of this that you immediately see is that you have lessened the number of combatants that are attacking you actively, but you've also sort of reignited the interest of the Death Knight.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really like, what is this son of a bitch doing?
Wait, could I take like a potion as a bonus action?
Drinking a potion or administering a potion to another character requires an action. Yeah, unfortunately, it is not a bonus. You could take it next turn, though.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
So you You continue to fly away from your friends. You shot 3 Eldritch Blasts, and you're good to go. Okay, let's head back around to the party.
Slowly backing it up.
Yes, just backing away into the hedge and firing Eldritch Blasts as you go. Oh, everybody hear my doggies? Sorry about that. Okay, so the rest of the party is still stealthily deceiving their way through the crowd. Before you roll your stealth, I've got there's just a random chance that you will be hit by errant arrows, fireballs, not magic missiles, those don't miss, but lightning bolts, whatever. So let me see. And I'm just doing one for each of you. So far, so good.
Come on, Marvin.
One moment.
Oh no.
Which one of us was it?
It was you. I'm sorry. It's totally random. You yeah. If it was it's low odds. It's if you're gonna get hit by something at random. If it was 90% or higher on the percentile dice, and I rolled a 96 for you. Sorry. Okay. Ouch. Okay. So, just you do not track anything seeing you. Nothing notices you. Out of nowhere comes a bolt of lightning, and it just cuts right across your path, Sarbis, and wings you for 32 points of electrical damage.
Wait. I have resistance to lightning because of my...
What are the odds?
My scale mail.
Oh, hell yeah, you do.
Yes.
Okay.
I will take it.
So you take half of that since you have resistance. So you only take 16 points.
That's awesome.
Oh, actually...
That's awesome.
You know what? You get a dexterity saving throw for half damage as well. Let's do that, but since you weren't actively fighting anybody and didn't know you had to get out of the way, sort of, I'm going to let you do that make you do that with disadvantage. So do a dex saving throw with disadvantage. Like your spidey sense was tingling and you managed to get out of the way a bit.
26.
I saw the rolls pop up. That's hilarious.
You said 26? Okay. So you take half, and then you take half. So it's a total of 8 points.
We'll definitely take that.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And if that's not how halving damage works when you have a save and resistance, nobody at me. I don't care. Okay. So now with the random hit done, everybody do a stealth / deception check to see how much further we get through the crowd. And this will put you within 120 feet of the place.
One for Marvin.
Oh no! Well, it's an 11 because it's plus 10. But yeah,
32 for Bloom.
37 for Sarbis.
26.
gee whiz.
Nice.
Okay. Everybody did pretty good there,
It's
except
invisible to the naked eye.
except for Marv. Yeah, really. Honestly, it's like, it's just like sort of heat distortion. Somebody sees passing by. Yeah. But Marvin is noticed, and part of that may be the fact that he was just hit by an arrow. Excuse me. And so that sort of drew the attention of people in battle, like, oh, this might be another target for us to go after. Okay. So...
Did I notice that, or...
Give me you're sort of in the heat of combat yourself, and you're flying, and he's flying. I'll let you do a perception check with disadvantage to see if you happen to notice. Well, you know what? No one... I will tell you this, because he wasn't hit. He just did crappy on a stealth roll. So you catch Marvin out of the corner of your eye, and you're like, "What the hell is Marvin doing? He's just flapping and squawking." It's like, dude,
That's
you need to be a little less conspicuous. And he's just like, if he had feathers, they'd just be flying everywhere. He's just quack, 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 quack.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's probably going to draw some attention. But yeah, it is your turn now that everyone is sneaking away. At this point, geez, I forgot what I
20,
said.
120.
Well, they are within about 120 feet of the wall now, and they are probably, you know what, they're probably about halfway between you and the wall. So let's say 120 feet from you as well. So do you want to start heading in that direction, or do you want to, hold what you got here and take your chances with the Death Knight and the remaining 2 skeletons?
I'm a hold my ground.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is maybe get a little bit higher, see if I can get out of range
Okay.
a little bit, and drink a potion.
Gotcha. Okay, so movement upward and drinking a potion. So as you start to rise up a little bit higher, you notice that there are 2 Dromics. The wizard named Dromic. There's 2 of him nearby. One is, let's say, middle-aged, maybe 50 years old. Looks like a formidable caster. He's zapping things and throwing down with his spells pretty seriously. And the other one is very young, like maybe 8 or 9 years old, and is swinging a staff sort of wildly, just trying to make space for himself. And this Dromic yells out, him. I need him. And you're not sure who he's yelling it to, but give me a perception check.
Well, shit, Janos.
Well, shit. 14. Okay. So does this happen before I drink the potion?
No, this is sort of as you're drinking the potion. You take a drink and you notice this Dromic sort of yelling, and with that perception check,
Choked.
oh, get that guy! Yeah. You actually give me an insight check also.
Okay.
Yeah.
20.
Nice. Okay. So with that check, you are still. It's hard to be sure because you're seeing him from a distance, but your gut is sort of telling you, "Oh, what if he knows that I've got the thing he's looking for?" And you see a couple other Dromic heads pop up and look at you like, "Oh, do we need to get him?" So yeah, things might start happening with that.
Okay.
And 2 skeletons are going to shoot arrows at you. That's a natural.
Right.
That's a natural. That's a natural one. One of them just sends one of his fingers flying instead of an arrow. And a 12 will not hit you. Skeletons are bad at their jobs. Okay, so they miss. But the
Wait, how do?
yeah.
How do I do the potion thing though?
What was it a potion of?
Greater potion of healing.
Oh yeah. Greater potion of healing is 4d4 plus 4 hit points. So just do a little custom roll for d4 and add 4 to it.
That does not seem worth the turn. 18 points.
Could have been worse. So, let me do my random checks. Hang on one second.
Is anybody looking at me? Does anybody
looking care
at what is happening? Yeah. Does anybody see like Jano starting to fling his arms like?
Yeah, I think we look back and we see you and we're like, he's been a good friend. It's been real. It's been a nice adventure.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm coming towards y'all. So it's just gonna be me and a big party of Dromics.
Okay. So yeah, nobody got hit by any stray bullets, lightning bolts, fireballs, magic missiles, anything like that. So, give me your stealth rolls, stealth and or deception rolls one more time, and that will bring you within 90 feet of them.
Oh no, I got a natural 1.
Ouchie. Yeah.
I got a 21 though.
Okay.
A 19.
34 for Bloom.
23 for Mark.
Right. Okay. Nobody draws any undue attention. You continue to wind your way through the battle, and actually, it's getting a little bit easier as you get closer to the wall. Sort of this, you're sort of on the outskirts of the city now. There's less here, and there's just less fighting going on. So it's getting easier. And yeah, you're within 90 feet of the wall, and as you're getting closer to it, and Orion is pointing, and you see a few openings in the rock face, a couple of which look like they may be the exit that he's steering you towards. But it's, again, until you get up to him, it's going to be hard to know which one for sure. And Janos, you now have the one Dromic that shouted out. He's obviously looking at you now. The young one is looking at you, but in a little bit of a clueless way. Like, what am I supposed to do with that guy? And a few others you've noticed are looking your way as well. The Death Knight.
Mind you, I'm pretending that I have not seen them. I'm just like...
Right, you are not engaging.
Pretending to be oblivious. I am not engaging. I am just standing there, floating with my hands on my waist, looking at the Death Knight, kind of like, I don't know what to do here.
Okay, so, let's see. Are you still heading upwards, trying to get out of range?
No.
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 You're not trying to get out of range?
No.
No, okay.
So at this point, I think I'm gonna teleport. Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Where are you headed?
So I see everybody going in the wall. They're heading north through that wall or something like that. Like,
they are
to the wall.
Yeah, they're headed west towards the wall. They are about 90 feet from it, and closing on it pretty rapidly.
Okay. So I'm gonna teleport right next to them, like maybe 10 feet ahead of where I see that they're going.
Okay. And are you still going to be airborne, or are you going to be down low?
On the ground.
On the ground. So you're beaming yourself onto the planet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds good.
I'm so glad you're teleporting by us and not like on the back of the Death Knight guy and like lifting him up and dropping him.
I got him, guys.
Good decision.
Oh man, that would have been pretty sweet.
So I use Dimension Door do my verbal incantation, and then poof, I appear like 10 feet ahead of everybody, sweating. I'm sweating. I look pale and I'm sweating.
Okay. Let me just double check the range on Dimension Door.
Yeah, it's 500 feet.
Oh yeah. Piece of cake. Boom. You appear on the ground, running in front of your friends, and yeah. And honestly, like, if everyone there's not much battle around you now. If everyone just wants to run as fast as they can now, instead of trying to stealth and deceive themselves along, that would be fine, and you could get there in a turn and a half.
Let's do it.
Instead of
as soon as I appear, I'm also going to say to the party, I think Dromic is following us.
So, guys.
FYI. Just so you know.
Yeah. I don't want to worry anyone. Okay. Okay. So, let me roll something here real quick. And there's you're far enough away that I'm not worried about you guys getting hit by any stray things anymore. But give me a perception check as you approach the wall.
19 for Sarvis.
7 for Janus.
Natural 1. What's up?
15 for Peanut.
Okay. A couple of you see just a wall. Sarbis, you see, you've got you're a Gloomstalker Ranger, so you're kind of accustomed to the Underdark and the nooks and crannies and crevices where things hide and crawl and slither down here. So you see two potential options. One of the options is down low, but as you're getting closer, you're realizing, oh wait, that's like a mouse hole. I mean, it's not a hole for a mouse, maybe a Underdark mouse, whatever that would be. But it's like maybe you could fit your head in there, but unless you shrink or something, there's no way you're making your way through that. The other cracks and tunnels are too narrow for people to fit through. Really, they're just like, half a foot. Maybe if you held your breath and weren't carrying weapons and a pack and that sort of thing, you could sneak through. But you do see one opening that is about 4.5 feet high and about 2, maybe 3 feet across. That you'd have to duck down a little bit. Everybody but Peanut would have to duck down a little bit. But the catch is that it's about 12 feet off the ground, so you would have to climb up to it. And as you approach, Orion says, "That's the one. We got to get up there." And with that, I believe we're about out of time for this episode.
No.
So we will try to climb a wall. We will try to climb a wall and scurry into a hole and escape all the Dromics and Death Knights and skeletons and everything else in our next episode of Roll.Hit.Die.
Roll.Hit.Die.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow at Roll.Hit.Die on Twitter and at Roll.Hit.Die pod on Instagram. Learn more at Roll.Hit.Die.com. Roll.Hit.Bye.
That's fucking terrifying.
That sounded so painful.